Okay, this demonstration is meant for fourth grade, but third or second graders could try it. I think it would definitely be too hard for our younger students. I hate to discourage anyone from trying to make art, but this artwork is gonna be a little more difficult. We're going to create some three-dimensional looking houses, so houses that don't look so flat, and we're gonna try to create some depth in our picture. So we're gonna start by doing 3 rows of hills. Grandma Moses's artwork seemed to have a lot of hills in it when she painted, so that was kind of the inspiration for our winter landscape artwork. So we're going to do 3 rows of hills. Try to make your hills a little bit different so that they're not just the same type of line repeated 3 times. For our winter landscape, I'm gonna teach you how to draw a couple things, but then I'm gonna have you add them to your picture. So the first thing I'm gonna teach you how to draw is a 3-dimensional house. So you're gonna start with a square or, a taller rectangle. You're gonna add a triangle to the top. And this is where we add the detail to make it look more 3D. So we're gonna draw a line that goes back, and I kind of face my lines towards the side of my paper. And then we're going to do a diagonal line, and we want to aim it to be the same angle that the first one was at. So that's going to be our roof. And we're just going to make a vertical line that goes down. This is going to be the side of our house. Every house has to have at least one door and window. But since you are a fourth grader, I'm going to challenge you to add different types of doors to your houses, different types of windows to your houses. So maybe windows with shutters, windows with window panes. So window panes would be those lines going through them. So at least one door and one window. But it would probably look good if you had more than one window and door. So for this artwork, I'm not going to teach you how to make your second house or your third house. What I am going to teach you is that your second house would be on this row of hill, and it would be a little tiny bit smaller. Your third house would be on this row of hill, and it would be even the smallest yet. So when artists draw a foreground, which would be the very front of your picture, a middle ground, which would be the middle, and a background, things would get smaller as they go back. So you can draw this same exact house again a second time and a third time. So you need at least 3 houses in your picture, but they should get smaller as they go back. I'm going to teach you how to draw a barn. I'm going to draw a barn over here in the second row. A barn, I start by drawing a longer rectangle, and then I draw a curved roof. We're going to make this a 3D barn too, so it's not going to look so flat. So to do that, you want to draw a line on the top of the roof going to the edge of the paper. From this point, you're going to draw a line that goes back, and then you're going to follow this curved line over here and make another curved part of the roof. Should connect. And then you're going to draw a line that goes down. So you can add details to your barn. You can add details to the door. You can add a second or a third barn to your picture. You could add silos. The next thing I'm going to teach you to draw would be a field. So how I did my field in my picture is I chose a spot and I drew a curved line going off my page. And then I repeated the lines over and over again. So you could do a field, on any of your hill, any side, And then I just drew a little bit, because my picture is a winter landscape, so most of the field's been plowed, and I just drew a little bit of like random hay growing in the field. So I drew a straight line with some more flimsy lines at the top. And then I made just, some bigger hay bales. Just a lot of round circly lines for my hay bales. Okay, so your winter landscape should be full of things like cornfields or hay fields, houses, barns. And if you can't think of things that would be outside here in the winter, you could always use your imagination. I added an ice skating pond to mine, and drew little people in my picture. So I didn't draw them extremely detailed because they're so small. So I just kind of drew a hat and mittens on my people, and then some legs and some ice skates. And I drew lines on my pond. You can add paths in your artwork. For your winter landscape, you're going to want to leave your ground white, and you're going to want to color your sky. I'm just going to show you a coloring technique. If you want to watch the younger video, I showed them a painting technique. But I'd really, for the 4th grade and the more difficult landscape, I think you're going to want to use colored pencils. What I wanted to show you was that for your sky, you're going to want to blend maybe a blue, maybe a purple color, and maybe a black color to make your nighttime sky. I always think that light blue works really well for ice and snow. So if you're going to add snowflakes to your picture anywhere, if you want to add a snowman to your picture somewhere, I always think that light blue looks good when you're doing snow. You could kind of go around your Sharpie lines and just do some real sparse blue lines. So sparse means not very many, spread out, just a few. Some light blue. I definitely think you need to add some trees to your landscapes, your winter landscapes. 4th graders should be doing a pine tree that starts with a square at the bottom and has a straight line that goes up the middle. And from that straight line, you're going to draw your branches going out. So this is the kind of pine tree a 4th grader should be making. The younger kids do 3 circles. You should definitely be doing a square or rectangle, tall line, and then branches going out from that middle line. So bigger pine trees up front, smaller pine trees in the background. That's my start of a winter landscape for 4th grade or more advanced artists.